I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you you see right now, but the you you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you you were destined to be. I always say, both the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter. We must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you. As you join me on the Coach's Corner, I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey, whatever it is. I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to chunk you, to cheer you on the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
Well, thank you for joining us for another edition of the Coach's Corner. My name is Marcus Saletta. Surely, as I approach the microphone, I have my own personal and professional issues, but I also bring to the table the wisdoms that I have gained from the journey of life, the scars from the battles of the journey of life. And so I trust that I can, through my radio shows and my radio station, because I am the owner, general owner, and manager, I hope that through our radio station we help you change your lifestyle. But greater, in my show particularly, I hope that you will allow me to earn the right to speak into your life. First of all, let me just say this. For those of you that are on Blog Talk Radio, and I'll be saying this 1,000 times going forward, I need you to follow me. We have 500 listens on one show, 800 listens on another show, 300 listens on another show, and no one is following us. We need your support. We need documented support so that as we approach sponsors in the future, we can be able to say this is what we have. For those that are following us on Spreaker, you guys are the best. For those that are following us on Spreecast or VoiceCast, I'm not in charge of that per se, but I've delegated that out. And I understand that we don't get over there as much. We're working on that, a little short-handed, still working on some interns and all that. But if you're on Spreecast listening to us, if you're on VoiceCast listening to us, or any other platform, I want to thank you in advance. We're going to get started. Ooh, wow. We're going to get started in a minute here. All right, wow, big sneeze coming up, man. We're talking about failure versus success consciousness, and it's no short of talking about what the obvious struggle that we may have. For some people, this may not apply, but you might want to listen if you think you got it all together, because we are each other's neighbor now, global neighbors, and we want to be able to infuse change through our own personal decisions to develop even in a more wholesome manner. And I'm just so appreciative. DJ, you got music for me today? I think he got some music for me today. I think he got some. I don't know if he does or not. But I want to be able to encourage you as you consider personal change. All right, see what the DJ got today. All right, DJ. Yeah. Y'all stand back for 1 second. That's what's up, man. We had to wipe our nose there, man. Sneeze like crazy. It was like, boom, boom. But anyway, man, I trust that you're doing all right. We're talking about failure versus success consciousness, man. And no doubt about it, man, you may have it all together, but we are one another's neighbor, man. There's a global situation going down, and so we got to definitely be there for our neighbors, man. Maybe not for everybody, but one or two definitely could use our leg up, you know what I'm saying, a hand up. And seeing impactful change in us. But we talked about pain being one of the blockages to be able to walk with success consciousness. Now, on the last show, I talked about that the failure consciousness, particularly in the Christian community, is associated with the devil. It's associated with Lucifer, if you call him by his right name. And I kind of have a little issue with that, because according to the gospel, I'm no theologian, though I studied theology in Bible school as a junior high school student. So I have a very well-rounded understanding of theology. And at the last I checked, Jesus checked the devil and put him in his place. And so though we often blame him, and though we often mention him and in our sermons, and I just think that mentioning Lucifer's name every time we have a battle is failure consciousness. That's just what I think. I know there are some of you that disagree. It's sin consciousness if this was a Bible program, but it's not. It's a motivational program, inspirational program to get you off your feet, get you moving, and get you headed toward the finish line and to cross. And I would be remiss if I did not say, for those that are running in the marathon in Boston where the bombs explode, that we send our sympathy, our love, and our prayers out to those runners who just was crossing the finish line before the first bomb went off, and then the second bomb went off. It's synonymous with our life. It's synonymous with our life. Just when you're ready to cross through and go through that transition, some crap breaks out to take you out. Excuse me. And so today we want to talk about that pain factor that's blocking our success. And let me tell you something. You can still achieve a level of success because of success consciousness, but what happens is you can't maintain it. You can't maintain it without a whole and healthy heart, or a whole and healthy spirit, or a whole and healthy mindset. All of it goes together. You can't separate one from the other, even though folks try. Some of y'all out there are extremely physically, materialistically successful, but you are burning a flame on the inside, because success is the whole effort being reciprocated, the whole effort being manifested into impactful results. The whole effort, body, soul, and mind. You see, body, soul, and mind. That's why you see a lot of people that are successful, it seems like they get religion once they get at the top. Well, you can't really do all of that. You can't be a billionaire, millionaire, and you don't have good spiritual housekeeping. I need some help right there. So today, just briefly, we wanted to talk about the pain that's blocking our success consciousness. Now, when I say success consciousness, I'm talking about how you think and what you frame as success being. How you think and what you think success is. Now, for many people that are listening to me, and those that are not listening, that should be listening, and those that are download later or listen on demand or on a CD, or even listen to me live, because you can book us. For many people, success is getting what they want. But everything that you want is not good for you. Everything that you want is not something that you should have. So I just disagree, but you do have to decide for yourself, what will be my success consciousness? A healthy look at success includes others. How about that? A healthy look at success includes healthy eating and healthy living. A healthy look at success means balance, modesty. You ain't talking about you're going to make it rain every 5 minutes, and you ain't scuffing your heels at others who are seemingly below you, materialistically speaking. And you're not gossiping about everybody every time you get a chance, because you have to elevate who and what you think you are over and beyond the actions or attitudes or altitudes, for that matter, of others in the face of your friends, associates, and partners. So you have to keep your image up. No, success consciousness is more balanced, more whole. It's more than the effort being achieved. It's more than just the materialistic wealth. Yes, it is evident when you have materialistic wealth that you are successful. But too many of us have materialistic wealth, and we're just as crazy because we're not succeeding in other cracks and crevices of our lives. And so today I want to pinpoint to you that the reason perhaps why they may be is because they're pockets of turbulence. They're pockets of turbulence on the ride, on the journey, on the way up. If you ride an airplane, you take, airplanes regularly, you know about turbulence. And the pilot comes on. Excuse me, they don't say excuse me, but buckle up your seatbelt as we approach severe turbulence ahead, 3.65 miles. Okay, you buckle your seatbelt up. Seatbelt light is on. The airline stewardess comes through, and you do what you got to do to get through the turbulence. And some people on the airplane that never fails. Ooh, boy, that was rough. Yeah. Okay. But listen, you're going to have to go through the turbulence. I'm going to have to go through the turbulence. And the turbulence is the inner work of pockets of pain that I don't want to acknowledge, that I don't want to talk about. Oh, I've given it to Jesus. That's what everybody always says. That's in church. I've given it to Jesus. Jesus don't want it. He said when he said bring it to him, he said lay it down. He said bring it to him and lay it down in front of him. He don't want to pick it up. He didn't already pay for all of that stuff. For those of you that listen that are Christians, I take it to Jesus. Jesus don't want those burdens. He said bring the burdens and lay them down. Lay them down at the finished work of the covenant cross. Lay them down at the finished theological reality of resurrection power. I don't want to get into that part, but I'm just saying, because a lot of you listen to me, y'all church folk, and it's like, okay, I bring my burdens to Jesus. No, not only bring them to Jesus, but don't give them to him. He don't want them. He wants you to lay them down at his feet because he already has authority. I don't want to get into all of that. Y'all don't push me. And so for those of you that are religiously freaking out about your trials and tribulations, I just want to give you another word Jesus said. He said, be of good cheer, man. In this world, you're going to have tribulations, man. Life going to happen in this world. Don't trip. Just relax, man. Just relax, man. Everything is not a devil, man. Everything is not a demon, dude. Yes, I could, and maybe one day I will talk about the hierarchy of spiritual wickedness in high places, and I understand the hierarchy of that to a certain level degree, maybe beyond the average churchgoer, because I studied that in Bible college. But what I'm saying to you is this. This is not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the other half that we don't want to deal with when it comes to failure versus success consciousness. And one of those things is pain. The pain that runs, the pain that hides, the pain that cries. I did a show not too long ago, and we were talking about growing up and maturing. And one of the things that I said is that every time it hurt, don't cry. In other words, a lot of our pain, listen, let me just say this. A lot of our pain continues to persist because we talk too much. We're talking to the wrong folks. We're telling folks our business, and we're further reiterating failure consciousness because we've never learned to keep our mouth closed. We always feel we have to have a shoulder to lean on, and so I have to say sometimes, just sometimes, don't write me no nasty email. Sometimes church rocks us to sleep as to think that Jesus is going to do all these things and take care of all these things, and the part that he's taking care of is still taken care of, but there's a part that you got to take care of, and there's a part that I got to take care of that we still got to take care of. And that is, we have to learn the regiments and the disciplines necessary to bring ourselves up out of the dungeons of failure consciousness into success consciousness. In other words, I have to raise myself up into a certain framework of thinking. I'm going to tell you something right now. If you really want to know whether or not you have success consciousness, look at your momentum. Look at the power of momentum, because as I have said, the original statement, I do a lot of original statements. If you don't take notes when you listen to my program, you are making a grave mistake, because I make a lot of original statements on my programs. But this program is one that I've said for a while now, and that is, on the wings of momentum, resources exist. Resources are are there on the wings of momentum. If you don't have momentum on your side as far as success consciousness, you're still operating in failure consciousness. I don't care what kind of achievements you got. And that's what a lot of African Americans do. They look at these few achievements that they got and who they're running with, and the little circles, and the little he's bought my lunch and he bought my drinks, and I'm going over here to this church and I'm driving an Acura. Man, that ain't nothing about success consciousness. Success consciousness is obvious when you can build momentum over a period of time. So for some of us, it is yet to be seen, because success consciousness will be challenged. The effort may be impeded by another law that you may know about or not know about, or another principle that you may agree with or not agree with. Your success consciousness has to be challenged, not from just the inward, but as you get a grip on the things on the inside. And today we're talking about pain. Then it's going to be challenged from the things from the outside. Other people, perhaps you have already got a lock on your pain. You've acknowledged it, you've admitted, as they say, and then you've quit it. You stop projection on others. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by that, right? That means that I am an expert at I'm an expert at making others look stupid when they try to correct me or criticize me, because I deny everything and I project it back on the other person. You know, so maybe you've handled your issues where pain is concerned. You know, the denial and the fears and the misinterpretations. Well, you know, we got a lot of that going on because we don't have any conflict resolution skills, because success consciousness is being challenged. Whether or not you can have staying power regarding impactful results. And a lot of people fall off right there about getting along and conflict resolution and grievance issues, because we just write people off because pretty much, you know, we just don't want to deal with them, or we don't know how to deal with them. When I tell you, you're going to always run back into yourself. That's another one of my sayings. If you haven't written it down, you need to write it down right now. I am the common denominator in every issue in my life. I was there somehow in spirit. I was there. Something I said made me be present there. My body and my physical presence perhaps was there. Maybe I was in my car when I was there. Maybe I was there singing. Maybe I was there playing. But the fact of the matter is, wherever I am the common denominator to any issues that arise right there. Okay? DJ, you got me something, man. I'm about ready to go crazy. Failure consciousness can hide its head. Don't trip. If you want to know how nasty you are, start succeeding at something. Start having some impactful efforts, and we'll see whether or not you have the consciousness of success. See, succeeding is one thing, but do you have the consciousness of success? I need some help right there. Oh my goodness gracious. You see what I'm saying? And then there are other people who always make an effort, but their effort never gets out of the barn. You may go 5, 6, 7, 8 levels at best, but your effort never goes beyond to where it impacts others, because you're wondering what's bad, what's going to happen that's bad. Something's bad. There's fear still there. There's a predator still yet in you where you attack folk. You attack folk to get where you want, and you got to realize that cordial is always a better principle when it comes to success consciousness, because pretty much you get what you put out. So if you put out nasty and give people a piece of your mind and cuss everybody out, now your success consciousness will be impeded by karma. Let me just I don't know, my time gone. Let me just wrap it up with that right there. You see, you know whether or not you have failure or success consciousness also by the seed you've sown. The seed you've sown. I ain't talking about money seed. I'm talking about attitude seed, altitude seed, behavioral seed. You know what amazes me? It amazes me that people do and say some or anything, and they don't expect that karma to come back. What could be reinforcing your failure consciousness is just the fact that karma's kicking your butt right now. And you still would not admit, you know what, I'm having a hard time because I, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, was a crazy you know what. I didn't let nothing rest. I was always loud. I was always whatever you fill in the blank. You still in denial about 10 years ago. You still in denial about 20 years ago. You going through hell and high water. Karma's kicking your behind, and you sitting there talking about you gonna succeed over here, but you'll never be able to rise above what you did deny. You'll never be able to rise above what you deny. You got to still own the stuff that you did, because that karma's staring you in your face, and every time you make a little progress, boom, back to the back of the line again. Make a little more progress, get a little success, and boom, something kicks you right back in the line. What is that? That's karma kicking your behind. Karma is kicking your behind. And you still got fear consciousness, because you're looking at it and you still projecting it on somebody else. You blame it on the devil, blame it on him, blame it on the alcohol, whatever the case may be. You blaming it on everybody else instead of saying, you know what, if bad things continue to happen to me, I need to analyze the common denominator of the life that I'm living, and that's me. Once we change, the life around us changes. If we don't change, the life around us doesn't change. If it's to be, it's up to me to be free. And it's hard. It's hard to eat crow and say, it was me, it was my fault. It's hard to break down and admit anything these days. Everybody's running from their own incidents, accidents. Everybody's blaming everybody else. It wasn't my fault. I was watching some of my favorite shows on Bravo, and I feel so good when I see the women or the guys or whatever say, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry. You know how good that makes me feel? That is reinforcement for success consciousness right there. When you can say, I was wrong, I took that position, this is why I did it, this is how I felt, but that was wrong, that choice was wrong, the choice of words was wrong, the choice of actions was wrong. I am now ready to go forth and make another decision, make another change, make another choice, so that we can have an outcome that we all can enjoy. I need some help right there. Right there. I'm gonna take a small break. Give me some water. I don't know about you. Yeah, man. So what you think? Failure versus success consciousness. How you think about success determines the framework for success. It's not how much stuff you have. Now, for me, I should have been dead. As they say in the Baptist church, I should have been dead, sleeping in my grave, because I sure didn't act like I knew how to behave. But the Lord came and rescued me, set my little black soul free. Okay. And set me on a path to stay. Showed me the right way. And now I'm on the mic every day trying to let y'all know, yeah, I got issues, but I got some wisdom too. And the wisdom is starting to outweigh my issues now as I'm getting on up there. If your issues is outweighing the wisdom, you ain't got the lessons yet, and they're going to keep coming. But if the wisdoms are outweighing the issue, you might be making some traction. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works, man. And we're going to keep talking about, we're trying to get you ready for your yes. Listen, I want you to know this. In life, in your life, in our life, no won't last forever. It won't last forever. It won't last forever. It won't last forever. Now listen, now sometimes if you still hearing a no as on certain things, maybe you ought to accept that you're just not gonna get married. So you could, if I was you, I'd play a trick on my mind real quick and just throw marriage out the window, so you know what, it ain't gonna happen. I'm put my focus on something else. But see, when you release things, they tend to come back and bless you. But when you hold on to things, they seem to stick around and curse you. I need some help right there. So maybe you just need to throw that love quest out of the freaking window and then begin to walk in success consciousness about who you are and the impact that you will make in life, and allow that to come back to you and bless you. You keep holding on to something, it tends to curse you. But when you release it, it can come back and bless you. Make sure you take that statement contextually, okay? Because some people are a little freaky out there in radio land, and they'll take that statement to mean a whole lot of other things. But make sure you, if you use it in context, man. But listen, your yes is on the way. So I hate when people say, well, how, ask another Christian, say, well, how are you doing? They say, yeah, honey child, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored. Favored to do what? First of all, in order to take advantage of favor, you got to ask for it. Can you do me a favor? Meaning, can you give me something that I really know that I can't pay for right now? For those Christians, that's what Jesus did right there. That's what he did. He provided the grace and the favor for us in life. Well, I'm highly favored, but you never asked for anything, and everything you asked for is for yourself. What's up with that? If you highly favored, then you should be impactful, and the dream should include others, and we should have a bitter and sweet tongue. I need some help right there, because success consciousness is about wholeness. And you know some of the areas that you're supposed to be working on in your life apart from this radio program. And you know that you can't keep denying you, because you're the common denominator everywhere you go. So you need to get on top of things, man, because your yes is on the way. And here's my point. The point of this Favor Success Consciousness series, this little mini series, the point is, man, we all have a dream. We all are trying to get somewhere, right? And then what really hurts me, man, is that I don't know, man, if we are actually ready when we get there, man. We placate. There's a lot of pretension going on, man. But when we finally get to where we think we need to go and call that success, man, we start breaking down. And I'm asking the question, why? Why do we break down at the top, man? Because nobody got us ready for our yes, man. We had a no consciousness. We had a failure consciousness. And though we succeeded at things, we need to have a success consciousness. Success consciousness says, man, if I lose everything in a bad deal, if I lose everything in a divorce, if I lose everything when my kids walk away, or if I feel lonely and depressed, or no matter what happens to me, if I get caught in a hurricane and lose all my physical possessions, I'll bounce back. Success consciousness is a monster. Success consciousness is a monster. I mean, there was a guy that was on this television program that had no legs and no arms, man. And let me tell you, he wasn't riding no Bentley, and he did not have a condo as most of us define as success. But this guy was more motivated than you and I. This guy was pumped, and all he was a stump. I need some help right there. And so that's a perfect example of somebody who has success consciousness. This guy thinks he's successful. He thinks he can walk with no legs. He thinks he can touch with no hands. He thinks he can hug with no arms. Well, if you think you can, then you can. And if I can hug you in my heart, that's better than hugging you with my arms and lying and hating on you with my heart. I gotta get out of here. But we getting you ready for your yes. No can't last forever. No can't last forever, dude. Yes is coming. Even for you. Even for you. I know you thought it was going to come through the lottery. You thought you thought it was going to come through him and her. But I promise you, nothing is as it seems. Nothing is as it appears. Check yourself before you wreck. Because a yes is coming. Miniature yeses, it may start at but you may get one big yes. But will you be ready for the yes when it comes? I gotta get ready to get out of here, man. It's been good, man. It's the coach. Are you ready? Are you ready for your yes? I trust that you are. Follow me on Twitter at SelectUSAP, Facebook at SelectUSAP. I got a fan page on Facebook, the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio. Don't forget now, follow me right here on Blog Talk Radio, Spreaker, and other radio platforms. where we air. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
You're listening to the sounds of your lifestyle improvement station.
Hi, Jamaica Chapel, College Park, Georgia, in the house. You're listening to SIBN Radio.
Hi, this is Ted Bones calling from Richmond, Virginia, and you're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up now.
Hi, this is VJ Washington calling from Atlanta, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. So turn it up.
Hi, I'm Sonia Claiborne from East St. Louis, Illinois, by way of Columbusville, Missouri. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Turn it up.
What's good? It's your boy Joe coming from Snellville, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up.
You're listening to the sounds of your lifestyle improvement station, changing the way we live. SIBN FM, powered by Southern USA TV.